This one got popped dead center in the back from all of this being drove in. That whole corner's rolled.
I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I'm hurt. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I'm hurt. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. I'm up in the morning like 5 in the morning, I'm already on. So when you just getting out of the box, boy, I'm round in the cone. This ain't a persona.
All right, I have this BMW. This one got hit in the back. It's getting a new trunk lid, and I gotta pull out. This is pushed in right through here, mainly in this area. So I gotta pull that out. I'm gonna put the new LKQ used trunk lid on just to see how everything's fitting up, and then I will do a tug on this and get it all right where it needs to be and start fitting the taillights and everything. Alright, I'm getting this one fitting pretty good. However, I'm waiting for a tail light that goes in the trunk lid in order to make sure my gaps are all good. So that's going to be on hold until I get that. But I'm going to go ahead and fix a couple spots in this trunk lid. Back onto this Sprinter van. So I have these studs. There's a bunch of them on both of these frame rails here, and I have to replace these because these new rails did not come with those. So I'm going to measure these out and mark it, clean it off the bare metal, and I have a machine that will zap these on and actually weld them on. So kind of a pain in the butt, but so this is our older model spot welder. I haven't used this thing in a long time, but it has the capability of zapping these studs on. I'll make sure I have the right tip. So I just had to dig this spot welder out of the corner. Like I said, it hasn't been used in a long time because most of the stuff we work on doesn't require these studs be zapped on. But every once in a while one comes up. Turned out I didn't have the right size tip for these studs, so I took a regular tip and I drilled a hole in it for the right size, and it looks like it's gonna work just fine, just like that. Alright, Alright, I got the right side frame rail, all the studs on there. Now I'm going to do the left frame rail. So now I have these threaded nut inserts I have to put in here. The old frame rail had them in there. The new one didn't have holes for it. Why they make it without the holes, I'm not sure. But I have this bracket that I can line up with the bolt hole at the bottom. And I was able to mark right where it needs to be and then drill it out. And there's 2 of them on each frame rail. And there it is. This should tap right into place, but I'm gonna wait until they paint this so I don't leave any exposed bare metal inside of there. I have a little more seam sealer work to do. I have to seal off all these seams, and then I will spray my undercoat and it will be ready for them to paint. Now I have the undercoat. There's a bunch of undercoat that covers pretty much the whole back section of these frame rails, and then it gets white painted over on top of it. Alright, time to get this thing down off the rack. So I have a Toyota Camry here. This one got popped dead center in the back. I got a new used trunk lid here that this quarter panel is actually sucked in. It's rolled in from all of this being drove in. That whole corner's rolled, and this side's not as bad. Not as bad, but this side's off a little bit as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make some pulls on the back of this to walk this rear body panel out. And as this comes out, that corner will roll up at the same time. Start to get everything fitting, get the trunk lid and the taillights and everything fitting correctly. Now when I adjust this ram to make my poles, the angle of all this doesn't really matter. What matters is the direction of actual chain. So I could have this in all kinds of different directions, and what matters is the direction the chain's gonna move. And that's all that really matters. I'm gonna go ahead and fit up the weather strip, get an idea how it's sealing, whether it needs to move a lot more. Then I'll start fitting the taillights. So I got this trunk lid fitting pretty well. I'll have to tweak it around a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and fit the tail lights and see how those are sitting now. I can already tell that this pocket is still off. It's still sucked in this area. So that tail light doesn't sit in there right. Now that feels much better. Let's see what it looks like. Not bad, not bad. Check the other side now. So this one's coming out pretty good. I got a little bit of tweaking I need to do and fit the bumper up, but it's getting close. Came out better than I thought it would. But that's a wrap for today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.